students, welcome to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School channel. Myself Priya teacher, and today I am going to teach you science subject for class 7. So children, in our last session we discussed that there are different types of graph. Okay. So whatever readings we are going to take or we got from odometer and speedometer, we can draw a graph from it. Okay. So that point we were discussing or we learnt also. So that pie chart is also there, then a bar graph is also there, but we are discussing here the type of line graph and how we can draw a line graph with the help of readings in which we got that distance and time. Okay. So let us continue that point, and also we will learn that how we can draw a line graph. So in our last session we discussed that choose a scale to represent the distance and another to represent the time. Okay. So we discussed here how we can draw OX and YOY on a graph paper, and how we can draw a positive values here on a shaded part. So that we are discussing here. Then we taken scale. So we taken time is equal to 1 centimeter for a 1 minute and distance for a 1 centimeter for a 1 kilometer. So here you can see distance is shown on a y axis. Okay. So distance it is a 1 kilometer. Okay. So it is given in a kilometer. So distance it is in kilometer, it means from this origin point from O, 1 is there, it means 1 kilometer. So 2 number is there, it means 2 kilometer. 3 number is marked here, it means a 3 kilometer. 4 number is marked here, it is a 4 kilometer. 5 it means a 5 kilometer. Now on x axis. So on x axis what scale we taken? So x axis it is shown time. So time it is shown or as taken is a 1 minute is equal to a 1 centimeter. So here when you started from origin, so after 1 centimeter on the graph paper you can mark 1 number. So it 1 number it means a 1 minute. Then on second number it is a 2 minutes. Then on third it is a 3 minutes. On fourth 4 minutes. Fifth 5 minutes. So like this on x axis we shown time in minutes. So here it is given that lines we have drawn. How we drawn? So if suppose that vehicle covers 1 kilometer, so we draw a line. So how many minutes? So here it is 1 minute. So we are going to draw here a one straight line on a 1 minute line, and here also on a 1 centimeter horizontally we are going to draw as a 1 kilometer. So from this y axis also we are going to draw a line, and also from 1 minute also we are going to draw a straight line, or these are going to intersect here. So that intersect it means 1 minute, after 1 minute 1 kilometer distance is covered. So whatever intersection point is here after 1 kilometer and after 1 minute, that point it is showing that 1 minute is after 1 minute 1 kilometer distance is covered. Then another reading also we draw on here. So draw here. So what it is? So after 2 kilometer we are going to draw a horizontal line. Then that 2 kilometer when it is covered, so after 2 minutes, so again we are going to draw a line which is vertical on a 2 minute, okay, or on a y axis we can say. So this is on a x, this is on a y. So after 2 minutes 2 kilometer it is covered, and that lines are also going to cross each other, that is going to intersect each other. So that when they are going to intersect, that point is shown, it's showing us or telling us that after 2 minutes 2 kilometer distance is covered by that vehicle. Okay. So like this you have to draw a line graph. So hope you understood. Here how it is drawn, first point of intersection of 1 minute and 1 kilometer, then second point of 2 minute and 2 kilometer. So, let us continue. Mark values for the time and the distance on the respective axis. So, according to the scale you have chosen, for the motion of the car, mark the time 1 minute, 2 minute on the axis. So, here we saw that already 1 minute, 2 minute, 3, 4, 5 minute we drawn here on x axis, or we marked here. Then now you have to mark the points on a graph paper to represent each set of values for distance. So, here it is shown that distance in 1 kilometer. So, that is also marked here on y axis. Then now you have to mark the points on the graph paper to represent each set of values for distance and time. Then you have to mark here first after 1 minute 1 kilometer. So, here you will mark come, then second minute, or after 2 minute 2 kilometers. So, your mark will come here on a graph paper. Then on after 3 minute, in this 13.13 you can see making a graph. In this graph you have to see now. So, after 3 minute, here it is, you can see the point, how much distance it is going to cover. So, 3 kilometer. Then 4 minute 4 kilometer, 5 minute 5 kilometer. So, like this you have to point out all these values of distance and time on graph paper as shown in table number 13.13. Then observation recorded at series number 1 in table 13.6 shows that at the time 0 minute the distance moved is also 0. So, here you can see on x axis you have to mention that reading, or you have to mark that reading. For the 0 kilometer, it is distance covered, it is a 0 only. So, your point it will come on a O or on origin. So, your first point from table number 13.6, it will come on a O axis or on at the origin. Okay. So, here it is also a blue point is shown on origin or at the O. So, it means it is the initial step or the first reading of which it is a 0 minute. It means that car was not started, and before start that reading was 0 minute and the distance covered it is a 0 kilometer. So, that blue point is showing that 0 kilometer after or at the 0 minute. Okay. So, like this at 0 minute, then 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute, you have to mark these values on these points. Then after 1 minute, here it is given, see the point corresponding to this set of values on the graph will therefore be the origin itself. So, after 1 minute the car has moved a distance. Then to mark the set of values, look for the point that represents 1 minute. So, like this we completed our points marking here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what we have to do? So, in figure number 13.13 shows that the set of points on the graph corresponding to positions of the car at various times. So, what this graph is showing us, that car is going to move after each minute how much kilometer. So, like this we can see here the set of points on the graph corresponding to positions of the car at various times. So, join all the points on the graph. So, after marking all these points of distance and time, you have to join these points. So, like this 13.13 you have to draw a straight line, or you have to join these points. So, here you can see that these points are going to come in a straight line. Okay. So, when you will join these points, it will show a straight line here. So, if the distance time graph is a straight line, it indicates that the object is moving with a constant speed. So, what it is showing? that if that when we are going to join this line or join these points of distance and time, so if it will come a straight line, so that straight line, it means it indicates that the distance, sorry, the object is moving with a constant speed. Okay. So, we know whenever there is a constant speed, it is called as a uniform motion. Then however, if speed of the object keeps changing, the graph can be any shape. So, here in this graph you can see the car is moving with a constant speed or with a uniform motion. It means after 1 minute it is going to cover 1 kilometer. After 2 minutes it is going to again cover 1 kilometer. After 3 minutes again it is going to cover 1 kilometer only. So, like this, that speed is constant. So, for 1 minute it is going to cover 1 kilometer. So, for each minute it is going to cover a 1 kilometer distance. So, this is called as a constant speed, or this is also known as a uniform motion. So, whenever any object is going to move uniformly or in uniform motion or with a constant speed, when you will draw the graph of this reading, then it will come a straight line, that line graph, it will come a straight line. And suppose if that car or that vehicle is not going to show, or it is not going to move with a constant speed or in a uniform motion, it means it is going to move in a non-uniform motion or with speed which is going to change after each time duration. So, that will show a graph can be any shape. So, shape of that graph, it will be something else. So, it will not come in a straight line. So, how it will come? Let us see. So, distance time graph of the bus. So, here it is given a distance time graph of the bus. So, in this graph you can see on x axis time it is given. So, it is a morning time. First, that vehicle is going to start at 8 o'clock in morning, then after 30 minutes, then 9, 9:30, 10. So, this example it is given in a table number 13.5. Okay. So, first table we saw that one. So, generally the choice of scales is not as simple as the example given above. So, we may have to choose two different scales to represent the desired quantities on the x axis and y axis. So, here you can see on x axis time it is given, here it is given y axis distance. But suppose that generally the choice of scale is not as simple as in the example given. So, why? So, we may have to choose two different scales to represent the desired quantities. So, in first graph we discussed, or we choose only same scale, okay, same scale for the y axis and same scale for the x axis. Sometimes if suppose that readings are having major difference, that time we should have to, or we cannot take a same scale. So, that is why we will take a scale which is not same, it will different. So, different scales we have to take to represent that quantities. Okay. So, that is given here. So, let us try to understand this process with an example. So, how we can draw this when there is a scales are different, that we will learn in this next type of a graph. So, let us again consider the motion of the bus that took Paheli and her friends to the picnic. So, the distance covered and time taken by the bus are shown in table 13.5. So, what is it is given 13.5. I told you that this graph is showing the readings of first table of in point of time distance graph, that first table 13.5 number it is. Okay. So, the total distance covered by the bus it is 80 kilometer. So, on this y axis you can see 0 to 90 kilometer it is shown, but total distance it is covered only 80 kilometer. Then if we decide to choose a scale, 1 kilometer is equal to 1 centimeter. Now suppose 80 kilometer it is a distance. Now we will take scale that 1 centimeter is equal to 1 kilometer as we taken in our previous graph. So as we taken distance in our previous class, 1 centimeter is equal to 1 kilometer. So like this, if suppose we will take here also 1 kilometer is 1 centimeter, we shall have to draw an axis on length 80 centimeter. So how many centimeters we will need on graph paper? So we will need 80 centimeter. So this is not possible on a sheet of paper. So there are no 80 centimeter marks on graph paper. So that is why it is not possible on a sheet paper that we can draw each kilometer is equal to, or 1 kilometer is equal to 1 centimeter. That is why what we have to do, we have to take a scale. On other hand, a scale of 10 kilometer is equal to 1 centimeter. So graph paper is not having 80 centimeters. That is why we have to change our scale, and we will take 1 centimeter is equal to 10 kilometers. So this scale we will take for the distance. Then would centimeter would require an axis of length only 8 centimeter, because we know that graph paper it is having y axis of 8 centimeter. Okay, it will require only 8 centimeter. So this scale is quite convenient. So it will convenient for us. Then however, the graph may cover only a small part of the graph paper. Some of the points to be kept in mind while choosing the most suitable scale for the drawing a graph are. So what it is given? So some of the points to be kept in mind while choosing the most suitable scale for the drawing graph. So whenever we are going to draw any graph, so we should have to first read whatever readings we got. So and after that we have to think that it is possible to draw all these quantities, or is it possible to point or to mark all these values in a single graph paper or in a given graph paper. That we have to think first. We should have to think first, and then we have to make a scale. Okay, before decide a scale of any graph, we should have to think about the readings, and then we have to decide. So the difference between the highest and the lowest values of each quantity. So the difference you have to see. So here it is difference from 10 kilometer to 80 kilometer. So it is not possible for 1 kilometer, for 1 centimeter it is 1 kilometer. Then that is why we taken 1 centimeter is equal to 10 kilometer. Okay. So like this you have to take the values. You have to think about the lowest values, whatever lowest value it is 0, then whatever highest value it is 80. Here 8 it is the lowest value and 10 it is the highest value. So here you can see the intermediate values of each quantity, so that with the scale chosen it is convenient to the mark. So that is why you can see only 5 quantities are there of time duration. So 8, 8:30, 9, 9:30 and 10. So here it is possible to take 2 centimeter is equal to 30 minutes, or 3 centimeter is equal to 30 minutes, 4 centimeter it is equal to 30 minutes, like this you can take. So to utilize the maximum part of the paper on which the graph is to be drawn. Suppose that we have a graph paper of 25 centimeter to 25 centimeter. We know graph paper is in the square shape. So whenever it is a square shape, it means that length it is of 25 centimeter and width it is also of 25 centimeter. So one of these scales which meets the above conditions and can accommodate the data of table 13.5. So, by after thinking all these facts or factors, we decided here finally the scale. So, what scale we decided? Distance is equal to 5 kilometer is equal to 1 centimeter. Then time, it is 6 minutes is equal to 1 centimeter. So, can you draw the distance time graph for the motion of the bus? Is the graph drawn by you similar to that shown in figure 13.13? So, it will not, isn't it? So, distance time graphs provide a variety of information about the motion. Okay. Now, we should have to think about this, that is only given here. So, if suppose you will take this scale, distance is equal to 5 kilometer is equal to 1 centimeter and time is equal to 6 minutes for 1 centimeter. So, this you have to draw at your home and you have to compare, that is your graph is going to cover all the points or all the values which are given as a distance and as a time. So, you have to make the graph of this scale and you have to compare it with this graph 13.14. So, this is your activity for today. So, you have to think about these things, okay, and you have to try to draw this graph. So, when compared to the data presented by a table, for example, table 13.5 gives information about the distance moved by the bus only at the definite time intervals. Then on other hand, from the distance time graph, we can find the distance moved by the bus at any instant of time. Suppose we want to know how much distance the bus had travelled at 8:15 am, we mark the point corresponding to the time. So, how we mark, that is shown here, okay. Now only we discussed here. Then now distance time graph provide a variety of information about the motion. So, point A, we then mark the point T on the graph at which the perpendicular line intersects it. So, next we draw a line through the point T parallel to the x axis. This intersects the y axis at the point B. The distance corresponding to the point B on the y axis OB gives us the distance in kilometer covered by the bus at 8:15 am. So, how much is this distance in kilometer? Can you now help Paheli to find the distance moved by the bus at 9:45 am? Can you also find the speed of the bus from its distance time graph? So, it is given activity, you have to do this, you have to take this scale whatever it is given in textbook, then you have to compare it and like this you have to perform this activity. So, children, here you saw the distance time graph of a bus, how you can do. So, here also in 13.5 table, whatever distance is covered after 30 minutes, it is 10. Okay. So, it is covered 10 kilometer after each 30 minutes. So, that is why here also you will get a straight line, and if suppose you will do this activity and on your graph paper you will not get a straight line, it means your graph is not correct, it is wrong. So, you are unable to draw a graph by this scale. So, you have to try this, that to draw a graph on a graph paper. I think you will get easily graph paper at your home. Okay. So, it will possible to you to get graph paper at your home, and also you have to take. So, in this in your textbook, see in table number 13.5 or we can say in 13.6. So, whatever motion is given, that is a uniform motion, or that speed, it is a constant. So, for bus or for car, whatever speed is given, that is a constant speed. So, that constant speed or uniform motion. So, you will get by this 13.5 and by the 13.6 you will get graph which will come in a straight line, and here you can see a line graph showing a change in a weight of a man with a age. So, as shown in this 13.10, that line graph which is not showing a constant speed of increase in a weight as per their age. So, that is why we can see this line graph, it is not drawn or it is not showing a straight line, it is changing, or it is a line which is not in in a same axis, we can say. Okay. So, like this, if suppose you will like this weight and age, you will take readings in this table 13.6. So, you have to make another table 13.6 of your readings. Okay. So, you have to go with your parents on vehicle, two-wheeler or four-wheeler, and then you have to take readings from odometer and speedometer, and you have to note down in this table. Or if your parents are busy, they cannot take you to the market or for the garden, and it is not possible to you to take readings from odometer and speedometer. So, you can do that, you can take readings by your own. So, how you will take? So, you have to only imagine that you are going somewhere, and then you are going to mention these time and distance duration. Okay. So, you have to take readings that that is not showing uniform motion. So, whatever non-uniform motion is there, so that from that vehicle you have to make a table of 13.6, another table which is showing a non-uniform motion or which is not showing a constant speed, and after that you have to draw a line graph there. So, whatever graph you will see, that it will look like this. Okay, it will not showing straight line. So, that also you have to try, and you have to mention which one is a uniform motion and which is having a non-uniform motion, or which vehicle is having, or that graph which is a straight line and which is not, which is showing a change in its speed, that you have to mention there under the graph paper. Okay, or on a graph paper under the graph, whatever you mark there. Okay, so that you have to do. So, children, we completed our last point of this lesson. So, what it is? Graph, a line graph or distance time graph. So, we completed here this point. So, let us take a recap of this lesson, what we discussed here. So, we discussed so many important points from this lesson. First, we learned about what is mean by time. Then, we learn about what is mean by a slow and what is a fast concept. Okay. And after that, we discussed what is mean by speed. So, we discussed here about the speed and time, and after that we discussed that how we can measure time and how we can measure speed, and also we discussed that what is the formula of time and what is the formula of speed, and also we discussed or we learned that how we can solve the any solution or any example if we get the two quantities from the speed formula. We need distance and time quantities or values, then we will know about the speed. But suppose speed is given, distance is given, we can calculate time, and if suppose speed and time given, we can calculate distance. So, these things also we discussed in this lesson. After that, we discussed that how we can draw a graph with the values of distance and time, or with the readings of odometer and speedometer, and also we taken information about the odometer and speedometer. Okay. So, children, hope you understood all these concepts which I taught you in this lesson, lesson number 13, motion and time. Okay, so we will stop here. In our next session, we will discuss our next concept, or sorry, next chapter. Okay, thank you.